Hi everyone, Linda here from Gumnut Lane Jewellery. Today we're going to be making another link, but we're going to incorporate it. We're actually going to make a bracelet using it, but the link can be used any way that you'd like to use it whatsoever. I'm just going to show you how I use this particular one to make a bracelet and a pair of earrings, but we won't be making the earrings today. That's something that once you know the link, you can make the earrings yourself. All right, so just let me get the supplies together and we'll get started. All right, see you soon. Okay, back with you. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be making this particular link today. We're going to need 3 of those. Also, I've handmade some chain, so I've got this bit started. I've got links here that will make the other side a little bit later, and also some little wrapped labradorite beads on bald head pins. So we'll get started with the link first. We'll get that out of the way. Okay, I've got some 18 gauge wire here and I've flush cut the end of it. You're going to need your beadsmith, or if you don't have something, have a beadsmith mandrel. This is the square one. Just find something around about that shape. Okay, so this particular one, I'm going to be coming down to the, I think it was this link, this one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one down from the top. Okay, so we're going to grab our 18 gauge wire. I've still got mine on the spool here at the moment. We're going to start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And I'm going to leave a tail about that long. Just grab my tape measure here. It doesn't matter really, you know, this doesn't have to be exact. It's all organic, so I'll just give you a rough idea. In centimetres, it says 4 centimetres, which would be 1 and, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. 1 and 5/8 inches. Just roughly. It could be 2 inches. It really doesn't matter. It's just depends on how much wire you like, if you don't like wasting wire. Okay, so we're starting off like that. I'm holding it with my thumb and I'm pressing down quite hard on that. You want to try and get as sharper bends as you can. So I'm coming around pushing with this thumb, pushing right into that mandrel all the way around. So you're getting nice sharp bends as you're going. Like that. So we're going to wrap around 3 times. So this is 2. And then we're coming around for the 3rd one now. We're bringing that to the same side as what we started off our wire. And then just guesstimating, you can just, you know, sort of look at it and see if it's, you know, roughly the same length. And popping that off and flush cutting. It's a really easy link, but it's a very nice link to use. So okay, so that's what we've got. It should be looking like that. So you've got your 3 things here. Then I'm just going to take this top one. I'm just going to bring it around under and through. And I'm just going to grab my flat nose pliers. I'm just pulling that up. Now you don't have to be really fussy with this. Again, it's organic, so you know, just yeah, don't be like don't be worried about getting your wraps all nice and neat. That's the main objective. I didn't show you the bracelet to start with. Silly me. Or did I? I'm not sure. I don't think I did. Anyway, this is the bracelet. So this is what, see what I mean about you don't have to worry about your, the messier they are, the better it looks, especially once it's patinaed. So that's what we're aiming at today. Okay. One of these days I'll get myself totally organised I should write a script or something, but it's just not who I am. I'm just fly by the seat of my pants type of person. Okay, get that around. As I said, see, it doesn't matter. That's crossed over a little bit. I'm not the least bit worried about that. That's I'll just push that in a little bit more though, the second wrap. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my cutters, and I'm coming in cutting that right there on the edge of the last wire, or the wire closest to me, and I'm pushing that to the inside, just like that. So I'm not going to push those together, I'm just going to leave it like that, because as I said, once it's patinaed, it just looks so much nicer than perfectly wrapped loops. Okay, so now on this one, and see I like that bit coming up over there as well. So I'm coming, if you want it neat and tidy, you by all means, you go ahead and make it neat and tidy. That's totally up to you. It's your design. I'm just showing you the link. So I'm just doing the same thing on this side. You know, even when I'm designing a piece of jewelry, I very seldom ever do a drawing or anything like that. I just make it up as I'm making the piece. I just yeah, you know, if I don't like it, I pull it apart and you know, try a different way of putting it together. It's I think it's so much more fun to do it that way. But you do it your way. You do you. I'm just telling you what I do. Okay. Now this piece has turned out to be pretty much the right length. So I'm just going to squash that to the inside, because it's already flush cut anyway. Okay, so see, this side kind of looks neat, so if that's what you want, you can have it that side. This side's a bit messier, and that's the side I like. Okay, so we've got that. So we've got our I just realised I've done this in 18 gauge, and I made these two in 20 gauge. Yeah, I was going to do it in 20 gauge because I thought it might be easier to do under a camera. Doesn't matter. What I'll do is I'll stop this, I'll make 2 more of these, and we'll come back and finish off with the 18 gauge. All right, be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. I've got my 3 links made there, and I've laid them out because I suppose you could do it that way if you wanted to, but then you've sort of got a tidier side on that one. So and just to give it a bit of interest, I've laid them like that, so they're whatever the word is. My goodness, you know me, my words, terrible. Okay, so we've got those 3 done. And as I said before, I made these ones in the 20 gauge, so you can do it in the 20 gauge. It just gives you a finer look. That's, you know, the only difference. Or you could also make them on a smaller, what's the name, on your mandrel, and make smaller ones to go, you know, as I've got 3 here. You could have a chain of smaller ones. Up to you. You just, you know, play around with it. I'm just giving you the design and the technique. So that's those done. So now we need another piece of 18 gauge wire, and I'm going to flush cut that. Now, how I measured this, and, you know, you can do it the same, or, you know, I don't get all technical or anything like that, is I'm just going to lay this wire on top of these. And I'm going to say, because we're going to wrap around this once, you need enough wire to do that, plus make a wrapped loop. So you just work it out yourself, you know, roughly how much you think you'll need to do a wrap loop, depending on how big you make them. So I'm just going to cut mine to where I think this is probably too much wire. I always cut more than I need anyway. Okay, if you want to know the measurement on that, I know a lot of people are strict on measurements. works out to 14 centimetres, which is, say, 5.5 inches, plenty. For me, anyway, that's, you know, it's up to you how much you cut. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just take one of these loops, move those out of the way. And I'm going to come through like that, working out to where how much I think I need for a wrap loop there, and plus I've got to wrap around once. So I'm just coming back now through. Grab my pliers. I don't know why these things are always so much harder on camera than when I'm just sitting at my workbench doing this on my own. I don't have anywhere near this trouble. Anyway, here we go. We're getting it there now. You could anneal this wire if you wanted to. I had someone comment before about annealing. And yes, I quite often anneal, but I just didn't for this one. So, okay, just want to get that as straight as I can there. There we go. So that's plenty for a wrap loop there. Okay, now I put that wire through the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to have to bend this and get it through. I didn't want to do that because all of this is work hardening it, obviously. But I did that the wrong way. See, everybody makes mistakes. I don't profess to be perfect. No, actually, I had it the right way to start with. Okay, I'm going to cut another piece of wire and start this again. I'll be back in a moment. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm back. So what you need to do is lay your wire over the top so that your loop is coming up and through the back like that. Okay. So I'm going to pull this wire up now. Get that in as tight as I can. And straighten it up. I promise this is easier than I'm making it look, guys. It's just on the camera. I just want to get that in as tight as I can. So it's really grabbing onto that wire, the link. Okay. So now you can make a wrap loop now if you want to, up to you. You make it at the end. I just want to bring this wire up. I'm going to straighten it up a little bit. I should have brought my straighteners over with me. Get it as straight as I can. Okay, I forgot to bring my 24 gauge wire over. Gosh, I'm having a good day today, aren't I? I've got a little piece here, but it's not long enough. Okay, again, sorry. Stop the video and I'll just grab my 24 gauge wire. Won't be a sec. Okay, I'm back and I've got my 24 gauge wire here. You could use 26 if you wanted to, or 22. It's whatever. I've cut off a piece. It's what did I cut it at? 28 inches, I think. Excuse me, which is 71 centimeters. Again, I just guesstimate all these things, so it's just that's what I've cut off. So we're going to do a herringbone wrap. So I'm just going to start that herringbone off. Just a couple of wraps. 2, 3. bring that tail over and cut him off. Where did I put my cutters? There we go. Excuse me. Get that in as close as we can get it. Now you don't want to push this down too hard, you just want to get the end down because we're going to be moving this down, so you don't want it to be clamped on too tight. Sorry, I was just talking on the phone in between that, and now my voice is going, my throat is going. Okay, I've got some 8mm beads here. These are just some lamp work beads. So whatever you're choosing. And we're just going to wrap a herringbone. So over, around, back around the other side, over and around, back up the other side. Now how many you do is completely up to how big your ring is here, your link is here, how it fits in there. Sorry, I'll just stop this for a minute until I have a good cough and then I'll come back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. I guess all these things happening to me today are just showing that I'm human. So yeah, sorry about that again. Okay, so we're doing our herringbone wrap. So just bringing that around. What have I done there? 1, 2, I'll try 3 and see if that is what I need. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that down to my work down. Make sure I've got it up the right way. And see how that sits in there. Grab a pair of pliers if you need them, just to give you a little bit of a helping hand to pull that down. Pull it down a little bit further. And that looks about right to me. Yep, okay, but I'll have to pull it up again now to finish off my wrap. So, just going to come up one more time and finish that weave off. Pulling it back down again to where it needs to go. A little bit more. Okay, that's sitting there quite well. Okay, we're going to grab one of our other links. Now, this one's in the middle one, so I'm making sure that I'm getting it on the opposite side. Excuse me. Bring that around the back. Holding that there. Now we have to attach this to the other link here. So you can do this any way you like. It's just a matter of winding your wire around to attach it. So I've just come through. Gosh, this is hard to hold and do this on camera. Oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have attempted this one. Okay, try and keep those points lined up as well. bringing my wire back up now through this one. And I'm going to go back again through the same one again. Okay, I'm going to come up now through this one here. Now making sure I've got those lined up nicely. I'm going to come across the other side and go through there. A little bit of a tight fit there. I'll get it through, it's just hard to do it on camera. Okay. Up through that one. Oops, come back here. Where have I gone with that one? Okay, it's coming up there at the back. Oops, I've got that twisted there. Make sure you keep it straight. Alright, it's nearly attached. I promise this is much easier to do when you don't have a camera in your face. I promise. I know I keep saying that, complaining about the camera, but it does make everything much more difficult. Okay, that seems to be attached fairly well. Okay, now I'm just going to bring this wire up. There we go. I should have brought my wire straighteners over with me. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to stop the camera again and get my wire straighteners because I've got a bit of a kink there. Sorry guys, I know this is painful, but this is what happens when you try and show people how you do your work. Okay, it won't be long. Okay, I'm back. I grabbed my wire straightened my wires. I'm glad I did because it gave me a chance to have a think about what I was doing here. I left out a step, so we've got that wrapped on there. Now we need to come around this way and we need to wrap this onto there to make it nice and firm. So make sure you're pulling that nice and tight. Just go around a couple of times and that will stabilize it. a lot better. Okay, nice and tight. Okay, now we can bring this wire around the front of this. No, actually I won't go that way. So this is what happens when I make things up as I'm going along. But at least you get to see my thought process in it. Okay, I've got that wire coming over the top. And I'm going to bring it up through there. So we can get ready to do our second herringbone. This gets a little bit harder now because you can't pull your wire out, this wire out to wrap on, so. Sorry, I know I was off camera then. Okay, I've got that around a couple of times. Just pull my chair in, pull my camera back a little bit. There we go. Try and keep this on camera. Where am I coming from there? Okay, bring this wire up through here. Okay, now we can pop on our second bead. If it fits, goodness, they've got big holes in them, you'd think that would go through. Maybe if I straighten this up a little bit. All right, try another bead. I should have brought a couple of spares over with me. There we go. That one popped on easy. Okay, you can pull this out a little bit, but it's not too much. This just gets a little bit fiddly here. So we're going around. I'm going through. We've got to come back up again. I know this is fiddly, but it's worth it in the end because the bracelet's lovely. Okay, then back around again. Just pushing those down as I go. It's a bit hard to get underneath it. Through again. Back up again. If you can figure out an easier way to do this, then please let me know. Well, I've got one more to go. Like as you're, if you, decide to make it, as you're making it, and if you find an easier way to do this, please let me know. I'd appreciate it very much. Okay, this is the last time down through. Oops, don't pull that one too tight. See, that just popped up there. And around. you can fiddle with it to get them to line up a bit better. But you can do that at the end, so don't worry about it too much now. Okay, the third one, just making sure you've got it going the right way if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. Okay, well, I'll do this one and then come back. You don't need to see me struggle any more than I already have. And yeah, but then we'll finish the bracelet off. See you soon. Okay, so I'm back and I've got the last one wrapped on there. And I've just finished it off the same way we started the other end here. So just through and in one loop there. So now I'll grab my round nose pliers and we'll do our wrap loop. Oops. I'll grab my bent nose pliers, easier to hold on to. So I'm just going to go around that 1.5 or maybe 2, we'll see. Okay, that's enough. Cut that off. Push that down. Straighten it up. Just move my camera back a little bit. And then the same thing on the other end. Just trying to get that wire down a bit. There we go. Push that down. Get them all nice and straight. Okay. Now from here, where am I? Bigger lengths. I've got a couple of bigger lengths here. I'm not sure what size they are as I made them myself. So I would say a 5 or a 6mm link and pop that through. Open it up far enough, I'll get it through. There we go. So we're doing one of those on each end. I'm just going to do the one for now. And then I've got my chain here that I should have left my loop open. Silly me. Never mind. Actually, I'll open that one back up again. It's easier to see. Pop chain on. Close that back up properly. Nothing on this video is going properly for me today. There we go, that's aligned now. Okay, so what you do is add your bigger link on this side, and I was going to make a chain, but it's taking way too much time, this video already. So that's one side of it finished, and then we just have I've chosen the little labraded, oh goodness, I can't get that word out, you know what I mean, stone, because this kind of has the same, and I can't even think of the word for that one, the flash, that's what I'm looking for, is a similar colour to this stone here. So I'm just going to add these onto, you could do, actually it probably would have been easier to do this and add them onto the jump ring first, but of course I'm doing everything hard today. So actually I'm going to open that jump ring again. I don't like opening them too often, but I will do that. So I'm going to finish off these loops. I'm just doing a messy wrap. I can't believe how many things I've got wrong in this video today, my goodness. And of course my stomach's carrying on now. All right. So I'm just going to do 3 of these. I don't want to hold you guys up any longer than I have to. Squash that down a little bit. One more to go. I suppose everybody has days where everything just goes wrong, or nothing is easy. I seem to have a lot of them lately, but today's the worst one. Okay, got 3 of those done. So now we'll just open up this jump ring again, if I can find the... I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like when it's finished, or half finished. So I'm going to add 1 on one side. And I'm going to add 2 on the other side. It doesn't matter which way you do it. You can, you know, obviously there's 3 of them, so. Close that back up again. There we go. And that just gives it a little something extra there. What I do too is just give it a little bit of a bend so it fits on your wrist better. And a good way to do that is actually bend it on your wrist. So if you can see that, so you've got your 3 little labradorites hanging there. They'll flip around and do whatever they do. But I think it's a lovely looking bracelet. If you've got a small wrist, my suggestion would be maybe just do 2 of these if you're doing that size, or do 3 of the 3 of a smaller size on your mandrel. Maybe that size there, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, or even 3. But you'd obviously have to use smaller beads. These are 8mm, but that's probably a better way to give you a look at it. That's what it looks like on your wrist. Also too, what I like to do, so this one's not too bad, it's kind of a little bit twisted up, is just get in there and, you know, give them a little bit of a twist to make it look a little bit more organic. If I can grab hold of this one here. Just something like that along along the straighter side. You've got this on this side, which is a feature there, but yeah, just give them a little play around like that, and then just straighten everything up if it gets out of whack again. But there, yeah, that's our bracelet, our link, and turning it into a bracelet. I also want to show you them done in a pair of earrings. So they're already patinaed. There, they've got just little dangles on the bottom of them. There was something else I wanted to tell you. What was it? What was it? What was it? Oh yeah, just hook and clasp. I just did, you know, standard hook and clasp on that one. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I know I've forgotten something else, but I can't think of it right now, and I've held you up long enough. So that's it for this week. Everyone have a good one, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Please don't forget to like and give me a comment down the bottom as well. Thanks a lot, guys. See you all later. Bye.